Cool beans, cool beans. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekly wrap up. Before I jump into it, let me give a quick disclaimer. As always, this is not financial advice. Anything that I share during this analysis is for educational purposes only. I repeat, this is in no way financial advice. Anything that I share during this analysis is for educational purposes only. Cool beans, cool beans. All right, so looking back over the week and how the analysis fared this week, fared pretty well. Um, I wanted to see us bullish on the bullish side of the market for the dollar index this week. Excuse me. And I told you guys in the pre-week analysis that I wanted to see us push up through these monthly PD array levels, right? And I told you I wanted to see price efficiently delivered through this daily volume imbalance that we see here. And I wanted to see us run that weekly buy side liquidity. And I told you that this volume imbalance right here was my last point of interest for price. And I told you on Wednesday night's call, which price was here on this daily. This is Wednesday's daily candle. I told y'all that looking being that we closed up under that consequent encroachment, that I did expect us to pull back down off of this volume imbalance here, right? I told you that I wanted to see how price reacted if and when we pull back down to the weekly buy side liquidity. As you can see, we didn't reach that level yesterday nor today. Um, but today was the closing of the trading week. So we'll see how price opens up when we open back up for the new trading week. And if we do get down to this level, how price reacts to that level, if we push through it aggressively and close below it, or if we treat that level as a support. Um, depending on how price react to that level is going to depend, is going to determine what side of the market we're trading on. Make sense? Cool bean. So if we don't even reach down to the weekly buy side liquidity level, then of course we're going to be targeting this monthly buy side liquidity that you see here, right? Either or, plain and simple. So with that being said, we know that um, we was looking for bullish price action out of Dixie this week, right? Until we seen these levels rent, right? And so we know that our currency pairs move in the opposite direction of the dollar. So of course we know that we should have been on the bearish side of price for our currency pairs this week. As you can see, Tuesday gave us that nice down candle that we see here, this sell off. And we came right down to the weekly buy side liquidity that I wanted to see price engage with, and down into this daily fair value gap that we wanted to see price engage with as well. And then we came to the consequent encroachment of that daily fair value gap, just like we came to the consequent encroachment of the volume imbalance on the dollar index, right? Both of those markets respected those levels, consequent encroachment of those levels, and we see that with the dollar it pushed down off of that level, and with Euro USD we pushed up off of that level. Sorry about that. And so I do expect us to continue higher long term, but I did want to see this correction that we've seen here from price action this week, right? So we'll see how price opens up for the new trading week. I would like to see us get back above these monthly PD array levels before I feel confident in um, getting back on the bullish side of price action for currency, or for Euro USD, should I say, right? And of course, we're going to be targeting these weekly PD array levels, right? along with this monthly buy side liquidity that we see at 1.11396. Cool beans, cool beans. And looking at the pound, same thing. We wanted to see price pull down this week to these weekly PD array levels, came within pips, literally like 3 or 4 pips within the level. And Wednesday, we started pushing back up to fill in this imbalance. And we will see how price open back up for the new trading week. Same thing with NZD/USD. We wanted to see price run down to this monthly sell side liquidity, right? That was our area of interest, and we got down to there today, literally like within a pip of that price. So price gave us that downward move that we wanted to see. Let's see if we dip a little bit below that monthly sell side liquidity into this weekly fair value gap. That's what that is on the weekly time frame. If we go there, weekly inversion, should I say? And let's see if we come back down to that one more time before price just catapults to the upside off of that level. Cool beans, cool beans. And with futures, I told you guys that I wanted to see price run the weekly and monthly PD array levels this week, right? I told you guys that I wanted to see us pull down into the weekly PD array levels and then push higher. And that played out to the T. So let's see if we continue higher for futures next week or if we start to see a correction off of all of this bullishness that we've seen in the futures markets from October the 23rd. I mean, what is it? October the 27th, right? So let's see how that go. But literally played out to the T what we wanted to see or what I was calling for in the pre-week analysis and on the midweek analysis. And looking at NQ, same thing. Told you guys I would. I told you guys that I would like to see price run the buy side liquidity this week. As you can see, that's what we got. We got that pullback in the beginning of the week to run this low that I had identified on the chart, right? And we allowed for price to pull down to the weekly PD array levels, but as you can see on NQ, price did not make it down to those weekly PD array levels. Unlike on ES, we came down and kissed those weekly PD array levels beautifully, right? And then immediately got away from there. So that was beautiful. Exactly what we wanted to see. With NQ, you would have had to wait for price to get back above these daily PD array levels to make it play because price did not come down and retest those weekly PD array levels. But you know what price was reaching for. You knew what the draw of liquidity was, right? You knew what the draw on liquidity was, right? We was drawing to the monthly buy side liquidity. This was the draw, right? That was the draw in the pre-week analysis and on the mid-week analysis. So for both NQ and ES, we knew the draw on liquidity was weekly and monthly buy side liquidity. We had to allow for price to correct first, give us that pullback, right? Looking for the pullback and the run or retest of the weekly PD array levels, right? And you take your first trade off the 62, right? That was a little too early, so you take your second one off of the 79, and 79 would have been a beautiful entry, and you could have rode it as long as you are as high as you wanted to ride. right? With NQ, like I said, you'd have needed to wait for it to get back above the daily PDOA levels. But as you can see, once we got above those levels, you break down to lower time frame, the hour or 15 minute, you see that price gave you beautiful, damn near perfect entries off of those levels once we broke back above it. 62% level here gave you a perfect entry right here once price broke above it, came back down, gave you a beautiful retest of that 62. Or if you wanted to see more confirmation, price really broke out here above the 79 and came back and gave you a beautiful retest of the 79 and never look back. So, I mean, easy peasy. If you listening to price and letting price show you what it want to do, um, yeah, easy peasy. So, that will conclude the weekly wrap up. Beautiful trading week. I've seen a lot of people out there in these market streets killing it. So, yeah, congratulations if you was one of the people killing it this week. As always, uh, As always, I like to thank you guys for coming out, tuning in, and not getting this knowledge and empowering yourselves. Let your family and friends know you love them while they still here. And if these reviews, lectures, analysis is adding any value to your trading journey, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. And if you're interested in joining the private Telegram group, visit precisionpipsllc.com and sign up for the silver package. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna end the call. Take any questions from the um, online brothers and sisters, and I'll see you guys on the pre-week analysis. Peace and love, everybody. You know